If I took a team of only Tepig through a Nuzlocke of the Paldea region, how far do you think I can realistically get before all these piggies go to the market? My goal is to defeat all the objectives of the game while keeping this team of little cute fire pigs alive. If we lose one, then it's safe to say we know exactly what's going in our sandwiches for dinner tonight. I've already got the team ready to go, so let's get started here in Los Platos. Also, the captain of my team is Porcus D Pig, and if he dies, I might actually cry. The other Tepigs are all named here, so make sure to comment below which one you think will make it to the very end. Before we start, we gotta get these piggies acting right and get them up a few levels before we take on Nimona. Gorilla's gonna absolutely rock me if we don't get these oinkers up to par. Level 5? Shit, I might as well go for the champion spot right now. Damn, why does this door look like a giant chocolate bar? Oh, hey, Nimona. You know, it's been a minute since I last saw you, and by a minute, I mean legit a minute, because I literally just saw you right over there talking with Arvin. Actually, it looked like you were kind of flirting, and don't think I didn't see you. Now, Porcus, remember to go easy on her. She's just a newbie with that Fuecoco and that Pikachu ripoff. And now let's send in our co-captain Crispy and let him get a taste of blood. I mean, a friendly battle with our only friend. Yeah, not gonna lie, Nimona, I'm a little disappointed in you, but I'm sure you'll give us trouble in the future, so I'll just enjoy it while I can. So this is Messagoza, huh? Can't say I'm too impressed as I am from the Unova region and we have quite the big city there as well. Well, I guess it's time to head to school. I sure hope I don't run into any degenerate kids who throw up gang signs. That would be an issue. Oh, hey girl, do you need some help? Don't mind if I do. I did just beat a champion after all. Team Star, who the fu- Oh no, they're a gang! This was it. This was why I was brought to this region. Not for educational purposes, but to stop the spread of the Team Star gang. You won't be throwing up star signs in this city after I'm done with you. A strudel? That might be the literal worst thing I've ever laid my eyes upon. A Terra Orb? Don't mind if I do, Nimona. I've always wanted my Tepig to wear a candle on his head. Enough of all that fun, it's time to finally head to school. I've got some books to read. Oh no, not class introductions. I haven't done one of these since my last AA meeting. Something interesting about myself. You could say I have a bit of a Tepig obsession. Also, to the kid in the corner with his 2 frames, yes, please consult the school nurse. Next question, please. Yes, you girl in the front. My dream? Ideally, it's to win the jackpot and live a fruitful life with all my Tepigs, but that's not an option, so I don't know. I'm being called to the principal's office. I hope this isn't about my giant Tepig obsession. That's why you brought me here? To meet a lady on the TV? Director Clavel, I got Tepigs to train and you are eating into my bonding time with them. My own dorm room, huh? I clearly need some decorations. I better head to Target after my classes and pick a few things up. Oh my god, this commencement speech is giving Team Plasma vibes from November Town. And honestly, I'm all for it. Holy shit, a rideable dinosaur. I've got to get me one of them. Oh shit, I got me one of them. Ride 'em, cowboy. First thing I gotta do is head to the first gym and take on Katie, the bug-type gym leader, the first objective for my Tepig squad. I'll also be heavily investing in this TM machine for this adventure, as Arceus knows I'll be needing them to create some diverse move pools. My first objective is the olive roll. Honestly, I think a harder challenge would be to eat a whole jar of olives in 5 minutes, but Katie clearly did not think this through. I guess I'll also battle some of these bug trainers while I'm doing this olive roll, just so my Tepigs are finally ready to tango at the gym battle. Also, this is a good time to mention that my goal is to keep my levels around the same as the gym leaders. That way I'm not over-leveling to beat just everyone. But who needs to over-level when you have raw power in pig form? Okay, Katie, I have rolled the olive into the basket. Am I finally worthy enough to challenge you? Oh shit, she got a villain? Please, Katie, tell me all you know about Legend Z8. Please. We're in a bit of a drought right now. We'll leave with Crispy the Tepig and get this party started. At this point, it's just gonna be Ember after Ember until we get to the Teddy Ursa. And then we'll use Ember for a 3rd time. I know, amazing gameplay and strategy, but don't get used to it because the rest of the battles are gonna be super duper rough. That's it, Katie? I honestly had a tough time getting out of bed this morning for work. And also that olive roll. Well, with Katie out of the way, it's time to head to our second objective, which happens to be the Rock Titan Cloth, on the opposite side of the map. A little quick team update here. It looks like all the Tepigs have become friends and are enjoying their journey together. I sure hope we don't lose one anytime soon. Now, this giant crab is going to be difficult since he is a rock type, so my strategy here is to use Mud Stop to lower his accuracy and pray that Arvin can actually help me out. But before we can even get to Arvin, we gotta solo the crab and see if the strategy can work with just the pigs. We lead with Crispy to get off some damage in the beginning before switching into Pumbaa, and then into Chewy, and finally into Ham Sandwich. I let each Tepig get off a little bit of damage before deciding to terrestrialize Mr. Ham Sandwich himself. That was when we got into a slight oopsie, because Ham Sandwich was trapped into the battle from the block he got put on him right before he went into his terror state. Now that I can't switch, it was time to ride or die with him throughout the rest of this battle, through life or death. The next turn we get a Rock Smash to the small brain of Mr. Ham Sandwich, officially ending his time in the Paldea region. Good luck in the afterlife, my friend. And since we can't heal in battle, that death was completely unavoidable, so we bring in Porkus to finally finish off the battle for us. Now we can finally team up with Arvid and his Shelter. Why and where did you pick up one of these? Must have been a gift from Nimona. We lead with Porkus and get Chewy in on the action and basically use that same strategy from before, except this time we got the Clam assisting us. The water gun takes him down and we finish off the first Titan. Whew, this is gonna be a long journey. It's time to enjoy a nice ham sandwich? Is that what this is, Arvin? You motherfucker. It's now time to head to the Artisan Gym and take on the creepy gym leader, Brassius. And when I say creepy, I mean it. Just look at this guy. Those are the eyes of someone who clearly has some other goal in mind. But first, I get to run up some flora like I'm Link back on the Ordon Ranch. Ah, the good old days. Also, the rumors are in fact true. The Sunflora of Artisan can in fact do parkour. And whatever you do, absolutely do not look the Sunflora in the eyes, because you will regret it. We gather up the walking flowers and earn the respect of the murderer Brassius. This battle should be very easy since I'm pretty sure the only thing that can hurt me, which is the Sudowoodo, is really focused on showing me his Trailblaze attack. Piggly Wiggly proves to be no match for his terror type attacks, and we take down the creepy tree to defeat Brassius. This is also where the Tepigs try to revolt and begin their evolution process. But I put a stop to that as his little piggies are not allowed to evolve until at least the 5th objective, just to make this challenge a little more difficult. Like I needed to do that. We unwillingly take a photo with the man who may or may not be a murderer, and then we continue to the 4th objective, the Sky Titan Bombardier. And if you think I'm going to walk into this battle and let all of my piggies get brutally murdered by this bird's rock throw, then you are all almost exactly right, because I honestly forgot to check his moveset before the battle. So that disaster was averted, but just barely. In order to prepare for this big dark bird, we actually head north of Levincia and get the TM for Will-O-Wisp. I slap the TM onto Chewy and get her levels to around 19 before walking back into the bird's lair, where his giant balls are flying down upon me. We enter the battle and immediately Will-O-Wisp and cut his attack in half before switching into Crispy so we can rock tomb away while the fire also chips away at him. Our plan works so we enter into the second phase where we get Arvin to assist us with his rock-type Knackley. He just keeps going for smackdowns as we once again burn the bird to cut down that attack. Our plan works to perfection and we escape unscathed. Just one more objective to complete and my Tepigs can realize their dreams and finally evolve into Pig Knights. Although they do try to evolve early, and I get this fun footage of them trying to evolve 4 different times. We share another ham sandwich with Arvin as we see his Mabostiff open his eyes. What a beautiful scene that I got to share with Arvin and my dinosaur in this dark cave. Now it's time to turn to Team Star and take out the dark type user, Giacomo? I have literally no idea. But before that, we run into a guy who I'm pretty sure is flirting with my mom back in my house not too long ago. But his name wasn't Clive, so this clearly can't be him. Before we take on Team Star, I knew I definitely needed a couple of TMs. So I pick up Fire Spin and Rest and teach them to Piggly Wiggly. The goal was to set up with Defense Curls on Piggly Wiggly while also combining it with Rest, so I could hopefully take out the Rev of Room without too many issues. We also add Mud Slap to a couple of Tepigs so we can lower his accuracy and just hope that we can avoid enough attacks so we can dish out enough damage. Due to this risky strategy, we end up losing Pumbaa to an unmissable Swift. Now you can go party with Timon in the afterlife. Because of his sacrifice, we were able to use Crispy and Chewy interchangeably and take him out with a few more attacks, claiming the 5th objective. Also, Mela, why you gotta be walking like that? Just put some normal shoes on, please. We get a little bit of Team Star lore before we very conveniently getting a call from Cassiopeia, followed up by a visit from Penny. And before you ask, of course these two are not the same person. Cassiopeia is clearly an intellectual, something Penny is not. We hop on the Squawkabilly Express and head to the 3rd badge, and also the final objective for this part of the video. On our way into the gym, we get interrupted by Arvin's girlfriend and she challenges us to a battle. You know, I'm starting to think that she's getting tired of that guy with the Mabostiff and she wants a real trainer. One with 4 piggies. We take her on and my piggies do in fact take her out without any issues. I wanted to get one last battle in with them before letting them be free and evolve into their next form. We head onto the grass and have an evolution block party as all the remaining 4 Tepigs evolve into Pig Knight. And with that, some additional TMs become available to us. Before the gym battle, I actually head out and pick up the TM for bulk up, which will be absolutely key in winning this gym battle. We give Porcus the TM and head on over to Lavincia to begin the battle, but not before playing a quick game of hide and go seek with my future stepdad, Clive. Iono introduces herself and her social media persona before finally challenging us to a battle. She leads with Watch Out and I go for the Terrasate so I can avoid the super effective from the pluck. Now I can Rock Tomb the bird and move on to the Bellibolt. We take out the Fat Electric Bulb and move on to Luxio. This was our time to get those bulk ups in after we get the Will-O-Wisp off. This is the most important part of the battle, because if I can't bulk up, then her Electric Miss Magus is going to absolutely wreck me, since she has no weaknesses. Unless you have access to Smackdown. Some of these Pig Knights do not have. The Miss Magus comes out, and luckily we come well equipped with an absolutely beefy Porcus D Pig, who uses a couple of flame charges to win the battle. With that battle out of the way, we are introduced to probably the worst champion, if you can use that term, in Pokemon history. And like I said, I use that term very loosely, as it seems like it's pretty easy to be champion around these parts. We take some celebratory pictures with the 4 remaining Pig Knights before we set off into the second part of our adventure. And the next part of our adventure, we will pursue the next 6 objectives, which will take us all the way to Monte Nevera, the home of the Ghost Gym. Once we beat the Medallion, we can actually change the Terra types of our team if we choose, and also evolve them into Emboars, getting us ready for the final push of the Nuzlocke. This team of Fire Swines are not done yet, so make sure you check out the rest of this adventure in this 3-part series. So go and subscribe so you can be alerted when the fate of these little piggies becomes final. See you guys in the next one.